Hi guys, so former Tory MP Edwina Currie, who's called on to give her opinion on things from time to time for some reason or other, appeared on LBC to talk absolute twaddle. But not just twaddle, she gaslit the public, and of course those who are suffering the consequences of her lies. She's a Brexiteer. She claims to have voted to remain, but thinks that it's a good idea that the UK left the European Union. She also believes that British businesses need to think outside the box going forward. She thinks that British farmers need to embrace the idea of having less money and a more difficult environment. Wait till you hear this.
Matt, you've asked it 5 times. Now can I answer?
Go on.
No, you're expecting a magic wand. Nobody's expecting a magic wand. These things take time to work.
What do you mean these things take time? Brexiteers said everything would be wonderful from day one. Senior Brexiteers, David Davis, Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, all of these people said from day one, everything will be wonderful. So they were wrong.
Through the benefits take time to work through. When it comes to farmers on the hills up here in the Peak District, they're going to be looking at a completely different pattern of subsidies, and it's going to be a very interesting, exciting time.
An interesting and exciting time for farmers. Farmers who have said that they're probably going to end up leaving the industry, selling off their land, selling their farms, because they can't make ends meet. Because you're going to have meat and other products coming in from Australia, from New Zealand, from abroad, as a consequence of these trade deals that Liz Truss signed. That's what you call an exciting time? I would love for her to go to these farmers and explain to them that it's an exciting time for you to sell your farm. Maybe you can drive a truck. That will take time. Maybe something you can pack shells or you can pick fruit in a farm that's still operating. Maybe that's what you can do. It's an exciting time for you. These people who are completely unaffected by Brexit are trying to tell the public, don't worry, there's nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be wonderful. It's going to be exciting. Will it be also exciting for the exporters who have all this extra paperwork to complete? Is it an exciting time for the importers who have all this extra paperwork to complete?
And the feeling is we can take our own decisions. We can make up our own minds. Business people...
But you could make up your own minds before. Who is this we can? Are you talking, it's not, businesses can't decide, I'm actually not going to fill out the paperwork. They don't have a decision here. They can't make that decision. If they do, they're not going to sell their products into the EU. They're not going to be able to import their products from the EU. This is absolute twaddle she's talking here. We can make our own decisions. She's talking about the government, okay? The government can roll back protections for workers. The government can end protections for the environment. The government can allow businesses to pump more sewage into rivers and lakes. Is that taking back control? Is that freedom in your sense?
Through both COVID and through Brexit, are having to think outside the box. And for many of them, it's a very exciting and a very successful time. And we've changed the balance of payments with Europe already to the point where we are doing far more trade now with countries outside Europe.
No, you're not. Please present some evidence to support that. The UK is still exporting mostly to Europe because Europe is on its border. In the same way that China exports mostly to its neighbours, Australia exports mostly to its neighbours, the United States exports mostly to its neighbours. The UK will continue to export mainly to its neighbours. Where is she coming up with this information from? It's an exciting time. People just need to look on the bright side. Farmers, you're going to have less money because we've changed we've left the common agricultural policy, which I completely disagree with. I'm a huge critic of the common agricultural policy. I think it's a mistake. It needs to be completely reformed. But at least under that, farmers were getting money. Now they're not, or they're going to get very little. But at the same time, they're going to suffer the consequences of these trade deals. Edwina Currie doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.